Good morning.
It's nice of you to take time away from OG Fortnite to come hang out, kick it with the boys, and film another episode of the CouRage Nadeshot Show, brought to you by Heineken Silver.
Man, what a weekend it's been. It's a very strange feeling being back on something that existed in such a different chapter in life, and like it being there and everyone only referencing that time. And I don't know, I didn't get the same feeling playing like Modern Warfare Remastered, maybe because it wasn't that impactful or as impactful, if that makes sense. But literally teleporting 5 years back, 6 years back, or 5 years, and being like, this is strange.
45 million people.
That was an insane number.
That is an astounding number.
I think what I'm most impressed by is simply that there was no server issues. There was a queue, maybe a 10-minute queue, but there was no server issues.
Yeah, that's unprecedented in a moment like that. If they were Call of Duty servers, you'd have been bricked out like Lizard Squad hit again.
Oh, bro, my IP would have been out there like the weather. It would have been not good. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Yo. Oh, wait. Actually, the two clips that I really loved about the revival of OG Fortnite was one, Ninja inviting Myth to come play with him.
Yeah.
Somebody made it like an incredible TikTok edit with some music in the background. And then, listen, this was actually the first time that I've ever seen you at a loss for words. Brooke reacted to the clip of the mom getting on the microphone. Like, do you always play with little boys? It was truly the only time that I've ever seen you not have a serviceable response.
I'm not kidding. It was the only time one of the only times in my adult life where I've ever felt truly speechless. I did not know what to say.
You were fumbling.
Like, the kid was crying tears of joy, of happiness. And the mom's like, why is he crying? Let me get on the mic and figure out.
His mom at that time was basically Chris Hansen.
Oh, dude,
Take a seat. We got a conversation to have.
At least bring the pizza in. Like, at least let me slam a couple slices before the FBI walk through the door. I mean, my goodness. That clip. Brooke, I'm sitting down there yesterday, and Brooke goes, oh, I reacted to that clip on TikTok. It's doing really well. I'm like, great. Let's just keep bringing it back.
Yeah, it was doing numbers.
Oh, my God. Let's just keep bringing it back. I think she could definitely tell that I was like, oh, perfect. Because she was like, oh, it's not doing that well. Like, she first was gloating about how well it was going, and then that.
Well, I was doing well enough it popped up on my For You page rather than following.
Yeah, no.
Because I never used that tab on TikTok.
And it's going.
Yeah?
It's going. Oh, well. That's
certified
life.
hits, though. You got them.
Shit. I mean, man. It was a fun weekend. I actually played a no-build tournament yesterday with Mason, Myth, and Cypher, and it was a lot of fun.
How did you guys perform?
Pretty trash.
Okay.
But
how did that happen? I feel like four pretty good players.
Mason
there.
hasn't played in a while. Myth hasn't played in a while, and I'm kind of meat now. I'm not meat, but it's
gotta hit that aim labs.
Kids are just cracked out there, man. Like
even a no build.
I mean, yeah. If you nonstop play Fortnite and you swap over to no build, you're still going to be a very good player.
Yeah.
But man, it was so much fun. We had a game where we clutched with like 21 kills, and I think combined between all of us, we had like 60,000 viewers or 50,000 viewers, which is really cool to see.
It is wild to think that Fortnite, Warzone, and a lot of that era of gaming happened during COVID. You know,
I mean, yeah,
the stars aligned for Epic and Activision and all the other publishers, but it's crazy to see the nostalgia because I only played it for like 6 months. We talked about it in the last episode for a little bit.
Yeah.
But just watching everybody have those memories come flooding back.
Oh yeah.
It's a pretty special moment for anybody that played Fortnite, but it also kind of reinforces in my mind that there's always going to be moments like this. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the next big wave of gaming will be. You know, Battle Royale was like a very fresh take on this contained 6v6 maps that we always saw with Call of Duty or Rainbow Six or Counter-Strike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just don't know how things will be reinvented. It's hard to see the clarity on what the future holds, but I'm excited. You know, that's the special part about gaming, that there's always just going to be new opportunities to relive those moments.
100%.
And I wonder what, like, the generation that are maybe like in 7th, 8th grade now, when they get into high school, for me, it was Halo 2.
Yep.
For you, it was like Halo 3 and Gears of War and all these Call of Duties. So I can't wait for people to have those opportunities to build those core gaming memories.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the younger audience right now in gaming and for the future of, I would say, FPS, a lot of them are really loving the whole movement, the flashy movement cracked out side of things. Like, they just enjoy the, almost like, way back in the day, there was like Guns was a game I remember. You know, obviously you think of Quake before even my time, but like when you think of the cracked out movement on Quake, you know, there's been games that have tried that, like Lawbreakers, like they tried that, and a couple other games during that time. But it seems like now the youngest audience out there, they love that cracked out stuff. A lot of them.
Yeah, I don't really understand. I mean, we see all these Call of Duty clips of these kids just spinning around and jacking their sensitivity up. I really can't tell if it's satire anymore when I see that pop up on my Twitter feed or TikTok, but it drives me absolutely insane. I feel like an old man. Get off my lawn.
Oh, dude, same.
But I really want to know what happens when Warzone drops for Modern Warfare 3 because they've given back pretty much anything and everything that the community has asked for.
Yeah.
And I just want to know how well people attach to it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I am very interested.
And I didn't play the beta at all. So this week is actually going to be pretty massive, at least for me to kind of kick back some of those memories on some of those old Modern Warfare 2 maps.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get on the pub grind.
I'm very interested because we have a month of multiplayer before Warzone comes out. So I'm hoping that there's more polish, obviously, to Warzone. You know, when I left Call of Duty Next and the beta, I was loving just playing multiplayer again. Like, sure, seeing someone get any kill streak above 5 is rarer than a holographic Charizard due to how crazy the lobbies are. Everyone knows how to shoot back, and the skill of Call of Duty has just gone up since original MW2.
Yeah.
But what I think you're going to really enjoy, the fun that I think that I was able to have, and I think you'll be able to have, is, bro, I threw on a silencer. I threw on Ninja again, and you're just able to finesse around again. Yeah. Like, that's where Call of Duty now, the enjoyment comes in. Because everyone can beam. Everyone can shoot well. With where skill-based matchmaking is in Call of Duty, I know it's here to stay. I'm not saying it's a complaint. Just everyone in the lobbies can shoot until you get those the freebie lobbies, which I don't even want the freebie lobbies to that level. But the way I'm able to have fun is, like, Favela loads in. I'm looking at the other team. It's straight up demons. I'm looking at my team. It's straight up demons. I'm like, I got to throw a suppressed on and just finesse around the map.
Yeah.
Because now, you know, everyone knows how to look at red dots and all that stuff. So that, you know, every lobby, you're in there.
Well, shout out this last week, though, too, because Sledgehammer announced that weapon tuning has completely been removed.
Thank God.
I don't know whose idea that was originally, but Jesus Christ,
it was all
man.
Infinity Ward.
Trying to solve the Pythagorean theorem, like just getting the right tuning for a weapon. It was just the worst experience I've ever had in a gaming lobby. I'm over here talking to TP Symphony, like, no, can you run that back? Like, say that again. You got 12 heads talking in this Discord. No, like, oh, TP, just one more time.
Yeah, please.
Was it all the way to the left or all the way to the right?
No,
it's
0.25% or 38%.
Holy shit, man. But yeah, I hear you. SBMM, it's kind of the tough part, I would say, about just being on the side of the fence where you're curating and creating for a community. It's like no matter how many things you give the community that you're trying to build for, no matter how many things you do right, they're always going to still find the things that are still wrong with the game. And, you know, I don't work on a dev team, and we obviously announced that we're spinning off Project X, so I won't have to feel that pain and suffering that I'm sure a lot of these guys do on the back end. But I think overall, what I've seen from Sledgehammer, it's absolutely a W for MW3, and I'm super optimistic. Now, from a competitive standpoint, only having like 4 majors, and there is like a wild statistic that there's like a possibility that a team in the franchise league for Call of Duty can only play like 4 matches over the course of a season or something at events is wild to think about. But you know, I don't have a full grasp on the actual structure, but I can't wait to sit down and play this game. I've always been surprised, I would say, in the last couple of years, because I think 2 out of the last like 3 to 4, I've been able to actually like grind the game when it comes out, do all the pubbing and unlock all the camos for the guns. Hell, I even, to get ready for Modern Warfare 3, I think I said it on the last episode, but I went on my account and bought all the Season 6 Halloween skins.
There you go.
I maxed out the Battle Pass because those are actually going to carry over. Yep. So I'm ready to fry.
I'm excited to watch it. I mean, the fact that you have not played it yet, and you're going to be, I mean, it's smooth. Like, it feels real smooth on PC. Get that overclock controller going. and you're gonna be snappy.
Yeah, I'm just so conflicted, man. The only thing that I'm frustrated about the timing is that I decided to get into Valorant, months before MW3's release.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've definitely broken through like that next level of the ceiling that was over my gameplay and game sense and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like ranked top 2,000 right now in Immortal, and I kind of just want to keep grinding and see how far I can take it. I mean, I'm still like 300 RR away from Radiant, but I just know that this entire week I'm just going to be thinking about the fact that this game is probably going to be retired from my cadence and schedule
and it's a game that cannot be retired from your cadence if it's going to be.
Man.
Yeah.
But it's a first world problem. It's a good problem to have many options of games to play. I mean, I don't even know. You think you're just going to keep running it down with Fortnite?
I'm probably going to do Fortnite to start the streams and then swap over to Call of Duty. Like, it's one of those times where it's all you want to do. But I go to F1 the 15th, I want to say, and have a couple filming days there, and then the actual race.
Oh my god!
And then Thanksgiving after that. But it's hard for me to turn away from Fortnite when it's the bread and butter of my everything. So Call of Duty is definitely going to be secondary. Like, I can't make Call of Duty multiplayer videos. Like, so at the end of the day, I'm not going to be putting my full time into that.
Have you seen? I saw a TikTok yesterday about F1 Vegas, because we should definitely talk about it. When I think about what it actually takes, when we went to Miami, that was my first F1 event, and I know that was your second or third.
Yeah.
But Miami, at least for where we were dropped off and where the grandstands were and the suites that we were able to participate in because of Heineken, it seemed like there was plenty of space for what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Now, if I lived in Miami, I'm sure my perspective would have been different. They're dealing with all the traffic and all the infrastructure that need to be built out weeks in advance.
Yeah.
But a Las Vegas native put together basically like a smear campaign against F1 because they're obviously ramping up. And it is just wild to think how many times I've been on the strip in Vegas. There just isn't room for anything.
No.
Bro, they've shut down like major streets, sidewalks, slowly but surely building up all the things that need to happen. And I just wonder how well the event will be from a like fluidity, and or will there be any hiccups in terms of like how the city manages the flow of traffic from everybody just crashing into this very small city in the desert. Dude, it's going to be a fucking
It's gonna be a madhouse. Imagine trying to get out of there. I'm supposed to fly out the day after.
Brother.
It's just done for.
Oh, my God.
It's just done
You
for.
might as well just hop in a car and drive home.
Dude, it's just, I already know it's just going to be an absolute madhouse.
Are you staying at the Aria?
No, I think we're set up to stay at Cosmo.
Oh, my God. You're going off the beaten path.
But, I mean, hey, that weekend with how expensive everything is, I'm just going where I'm told to go. But what's cool is I think Cosmo has balconies that overlook everything. So that's pretty cool, which I'm excited for. But yeah, it's going to be a wild few days there. And I just did a Vegas trip where I got absolutely smoked by the craps table.
Oh, man.
And the minimums are about to be probably insane out there.
It's gonna be. I think
I'm just gonna read books that whole weekend. I think I'm just gonna read books. But
you're gonna start itching like a crackhead in bed.
Yeah, true.
3-card poker.
True.
Turn me up.
But I think my thing that I'm most excited for, knock on wood, is of all the races that I've ever been to, because I've done Austin twice and Miami. I've been very grateful to go to all of those. And is Lando's right there. I mean, he's at what, I think 4 straight seconds.
Really?
And oh no, they are right there. Like,
he's been farming points.
Oh, they've been farming. McLaren started the year horribly. I mean, in Miami, I think Lando was like 18th for half the damn race. And so, I'm a McLaren fan. I'm a Lando fan. So for me to be going to this race, and as of late, he has been right there. I'm excited.
McLaren figured something out with the engines, or what?
Oh yeah, they I mean, the midseason upgrades, they just did the best of any team out there. So they just got second in Brazil. Lando was had the fastest lap because they put him on soft tires. He had the fastest lap by almost a full second this past weekend. Still got second place, but when they put him on the soft tires to end the race, if I'm not mistaken, that's when he got it. So the car is fast. Lando's obviously just showing how good of a driver he is. So on a track that no one's ever been at before, On a street track, I think McLaren has an opportunity. So
My man
we'll
is
see.
racing.
Oh, he's up there.
Fuck, bro. You got a busy couple weeks coming up. Are you going back to New Jersey for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, my dad gets a hip surgery 17th, so I'll be back there to spend time, see the fam and everything. But I got a full setup there.
Start popping some vitamins. Get ready. Did you get a flu shot?
Not yet. Bro, I know I'm chalked.
Brother.
I don't think
I don't mean to make you
I
feel jealous in any way, but
Are you flu shot out of your mind?
no, I'm not traveling at all for the holidays.
Yeah, no, I'm jealous.
No fucking airports, no stress. We just ordered a new couch that'll be here like December 1st.
Uh-oh. The Nadeshot couch saga is never ending.
Yeah, brother, we made some mistakes. Yo, I now know why Lovesac sells the couches the way that they do, because you order them online and they make it so easy. And then when the couch is delivered, it's brought to your doorstep in like 45 different individual boxes and you assemble it.
Yeah.
So Haley and I did that. And then we realized, like, not only is this couch too big for our living room, but it really, compared to the cloud couch that we had from the old house that Haley got back in like 2014. I mean, this couch is like 9 years old and it was still way more comfortable than the Lovesac. And so we had to disassemble it, pack it in individual boxes, and then carry it down all the steps and driveway. I mean, that shit was a fucking side quest of all side quests.
A side quest. We're
Brother.
talking too much World of Warcraft.
And so now we got an upgraded version or updated version of the cloud couch. So Haley and I are pretty excited. And, I think Rich and Ellen aren't traveling at all either, because one of my best friends, Rich, is, for everybody that doesn't know, if you didn't see him on the Hole in One Challenge or any of my old videos, his wife is pregnant as well. So we're just going to be hanging out together. But that new couch is going to be... It's going to be clutch, man. I'm excited.
Dude, I can't believe you guys had to bring that all the way down there. I would have brought it in my backyard and lit the thing on fire. But I guess at the same time, you whip that money back. Well, would they give you money back?
Yeah, you get a full refund.
Okay, good. Okay,
but
then that makes way more sense. I thought you were just doing it to do it.
That's why I brought up Lovesac in their policies, because I just don't think that they expect many people to return the couch. Because I sent one email. I'm like, hey, it's not what we thought it was going to be. We appreciate it. And they're like, oh, no problem. We'll send you 45 boxes and shipping labels and everything. And then the day that because Joe actually came, disassembled it, thank God, because me and Haley putting that together while she was pregnant, that was a lot.
Yeah.
But the day that we were going to bring all the boxes down, like 3 flights of steps, Joe was in the car on the curb in front of my home and said, yo, I have COVID. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? How do you find out you have COVID while you're sitting in front of my house? So I'm like, go home. And I think that was like the last day that I worked out ever, because I went to the gym. I went to the gym, did like squats, deadlifts, and then carried this whole couch downstairs. It's not important. This is not even that interesting of a story. But yeah, new couch, and hopefully it gets delivered. It ended up being cheaper than the Lovesac, which I don't really understand how that kind of worked out the way that it did. But this was definitely a sidebar. I'm excited for you to see the family. I hope your dad's surgery goes well. But yeah, you got a lot of travel coming up.
That's life.
Should have just told them to come back for Thanksgiving. Come to LA.
No, they're actually going to come to LA after Christmas. So I'm going back for Christmas. We're doing Christmas with the whole fam, and then they're flying out here for New Year's.
Jesus.
So it'll be fun.
I'm glad you love your family, because my family, if I had to see them that much, I'd be like, I look adopted, so I'm just going to act like I'm adopted. I ain't talking to none of you.
Bro, hey, while I run to the bathroom, do the ad read.
This episode of CouRage Nadeshot Show is brought to you by Heineken Silver. New Heineken Silver has only 2.9 carbs and 95 calories. It's a world-class light beer that has all the taste with no bitter endings. It's like hitting a mortal in Valorant without dealing with teammates who are throwing. Heineken Silver is unlike other light beers you've tried because it delivers on taste. So try some new, crisp, and refreshing Heineken Silver today. Must be 21 plus. Drink responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. Does that suffice there, Wex? Awesome. How's your Valorant? Yeah, now that Jack's gone, I appreciate you prompting me for that. Valorant's been amazing, man. The tough part about a new act is you never know which direction your record, career, statistics are going to turn. I'm not one for data and statistics, but for whatever reason, I broke through the ceiling that was holding me in, and I was just insta-locking Reyna. And right now, like compared to the last act where I was basically hard stuck and in limbo between Ascendant 2, Ascendant 3. I hit Immortal 1 a couple times, but with D rank. And, you're just trying your best to create a buffer. It's like going to Vegas. You got like $100 and you're just praying to God that you can win a couple hands so that you've got some buffer money to play with. And you're not on the edge of your seat whether you're going to get bounced out of there real quick. But now I'm at I've got 100 RR right now, and I'm Immortal 2. So I'm actually going to go home today and stream and hopefully keep climbing. But the game has just been electric, man. It's tough for me because the Valorant's been out for 3 years now. And I think a lot of people in the gaming community that might not originally been all in, like one-trick Valorant streamers and content creators, a lot of people that were in, communities away from Valorant have come, played the game. They've gone through a couple different evolutions of leaving, coming back and playing, or they'll go back to Apex, or they'll go back to Call of Duty, whatever. And so I feel like I missed a lot of the really fun moments where everybody's just playing the game. But there's so many options of different titles you can play right now where I just think there's a little bit of a lull or monotonous energy from the Valorant community. It's like when I get off stream, I want to talk about Valorant, and I'll go to the Valorant subreddit, but no offense to that place. Everybody can have their conversations, and I'm all for cultivating that community, but it's a pretty casual community. I don't know what it is about Reddit, but the one thing that I've always hated about Call of Duty is that you have a Call of Duty subreddit and then you have COD competitive. And then for whatever reason, Valorant sort of followed in the same footsteps where you have Valorant and then Valorant competitive. Whereas League of Legends has just everybody filtered into one single subreddit, and all of the coverage for the LCS and the World Championships and other regions are all in one nicely bundled, tied a ribbon around it, bow, everything, just one fucking place. And then with Valorant, it's just like same thing you dealt with Call of Duty, where these kids are talking about God knows what on this subreddit. And I'm just looking for another form of another medium to like consume, talk about, and just be a part of a conversation. And I think it dawned on me, I need to start uploading to my second channel. I've been struggling to find out what the right recipe is, and something I actually might kind of want to talk to Jack about, because I feel like my playbook from the past with Call of Duty is just significantly different of the era of YouTube we're in now. It's like there's so much competition in demanding and commanding people's attention spans. You have every single social media platform where Shorts and TikTok and Instagram Reels have dominated. And what I've realized is that Instagram Reels doesn't really cater to gaming content as much as it did in the past, like in that Fortnite Warzone era. And some of my Valorant stuff actually does pretty well when I sporadically upload on TikTok, but it might be one of those situations where I'm overthinking it and just need to like upload VODs to YouTube. But at the same time, like I want to put my own sprinkle of sugar and spice on it and not just have something that's too generic. I've thought about doing the multi-streaming because Twitch just announced that you don't have to be exclusive to Twitch, even if you're a part of the partnership program. So you see people like Tens and Ninja and all these guys multi-streaming. I did it once to stream on Twitch and TikTok, and people were throwing ice cream cones at me, like glizzies, and they were getting mad that I weren't talking to them. Or I wasn't talking to them, but I'm trying to talk to my Twitch chat. So it's just weird to kind of be back in the swing of things, I would say, from a content perspective, like streaming consistently. But, I feel like an old man where my views and perspective on the world that I'm playing in are just very different. Because I've been streaming on Twitch since 2011, actually even before that, but I can't seem to find the account that I was streaming on. I'm not sitting here trying to talk about how long I've been doing this for, but it's just weird how different it is now. So I want to start uploading to YouTube on Nadeshot Plays again, and I just got to figure out what that right temperature check is on content, because I just need more Valorant discussion beyond what I get on stream. Because that's the weird part is that once you finish your stream, you're like riding a high, you played really well, and then the conversation just stops. And I just want to extend that. So, yeah, I want to pick your brain on, which I've done a couple times, obviously.
From a Valorant perspective?
No, just from a content perspective, I would say. You know, my second channel has been a well that has been largely untapped, I would say, for years. And, you know, we've already been, we've had discussions about, you know, React content that you've made with your team and all this. But I was just talking to Wex about the Valorant grind, and I just want to start getting videos back out on YouTube. You know, I even the last few months, I've put out a couple just gameplay videos of just highlights from my Twitch channel, like on Twitter and shit like that. But I'm gonna get back in the swing of things, start uploading more.
I mean, the biggest thing I'll always say is there's an audience out there that you know has loved Nadeshot for 2 decades, all that stuff. The biggest thing now is just the number one thing that's just changed is the way they're going to find that is not from being a subscriber. It's through things that they've gone and clicked and watched through recommendations and everything. So I think once you start going back again, it might start a little bit slow, but it'll find its way.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be, you're not just going to fire it back up and it's going to be like, this is great. You got to push through what might be a slow start, because once people then start to tune in, recommended will then do its job and be like, wait, they like this Nadeshot video, this Nadeshot plays video, this one. Let's start throwing them some more. And next thing you know, they're back in your cadence.
Yeah, it's wild to me to see actually too. I've seen a lot of conversation from the Valorant community about creators leaving the game and people just doom and gloom about the fact that Riot doesn't give the community the tools that Counter-Strike has, where you have the workshop maps and all of this creative opportunity.
Yeah.
And I certainly understand, like, there's substance behind that argument. But if you really love Valorant, I would say, like, Call of Duty, we spent a decade where, yeah, maybe a couple games out of that decade we had a theater system. But beyond that, you know, you really had to think outside the box and try to carve out your own lane. And Average Jonas was actually having like a very productive conversation. I bookmarked the whole talk about the highs and lows of creating content on Valorant. And it's funny. It's like when Fortnite was going through its lull, I always saw the fashion shows, and even you were jumping in and riding that, riding those.
We got one coming out this week.
Yeah, but it's funny. I just think that the community, the internet, when things are happening in real time, it just feels like nothing will ever change, and time moves like faster but slower.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe. You just think that like a month feels like a year when you're making videos, and it's the only income that you have as a full-time creator. But writing out those lulls and just kind of even sometimes taking a small break and allowing yourself to be creative again. And I understand, like, you don't really have any new game modes. They gave us TDM. But beyond that, like, you just get skin bundles and you run it down in a ranked. We got a new agent, whatever. But I think you just stick with it and find new ways to cultivate a community. You'll be rewarded over time. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I see both sides of it. At the end of the day, how long's Valorant now been out for? 3
like
full
3 years.
So, you know, if someone is 3 years into content creating on Valorant and all they've done is the same thing, you're going to have that feeling of like, there's nothing new. You know, you've done it for 3 straight years. I think a lot of creators that popped off in Valorant too, it's like if that's their first time really being a full-time creator, you know, when it's hot in the beginning, it's always up. It stays up for year 2 for the most part, even if it slows down. And then now probably for most people, you're kind of getting the first real, maybe extended time where you're kind of feeling that divot down. And in those times, the biggest thing that I've learned as a creator is you just need to be willing to adapt. You need to kind of take it back to the beginning, see what's going on out there in your space, see what you could be doing better from your approach, especially from a YouTube perspective. Because I think YouTube really rewards you looking internally. They give you all the things that, you know, from an analytic perspective that they want to see. And so for my end, I think that there's an immense value in that, and even what you're mentioning.
Oh, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want to talk about this at some point. I didn't know where I was going to do it. Maybe the other podcasts I do with Joe or on stream. But on TikTok, I've had a lot of ads for some AI editing tools. And I'm curious if your team uses any.
No, we not. Well, let me be clear. None that I know of.
Well, the reason why I bring it up is because I've just seen a bizarre obsession with trying to streamline the editing process and make it easier. And when technology evolves, and when we went through like the AI social media overwhelming conversation like 6 months ago, when ChatGPT, or maybe it was a year ago, I don't know the timeline, but the internet always just goes through phases where they talk about whatever's current, and it seems like it's what's going to change the world. We had the NFTs, we had fucking whatever. But AI, that conversation kicked up really quickly and then sort of flatlined, I would say, as everybody went back to basics. Microsoft made acquisitions, and now Elon just made not an announcement, but long story short, AI has been in full effect. And I've had so many TikTok ads come up about making content easier. And the only thing that I would say is like with these advertisements, all I hear about is like, this is going to allow you to take a 10-minute sit-down video and turn it into 20 pieces of short-form content, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And I think for young kids or anybody that wants to get into content creation in some capacity or another, there's something to be said about learning how to do it on your own, because in my opinion, there's nothing that can replace the personal style that you end up finding as you're honing your skill set and learning how to edit. Because a lot of times it's not, if everybody is doing the exact same thing as you, there's really no way to stand out. And I don't think people understand how much it compounds over time with the videos and content that you're uploading, how much your own personal style sort of bleeds through everything that people watch. And so that's the only dangerous aspect of like trying to make things easier for yourself. There's definitely a time or a place, but I really fear for people not finding their own style and standing out above the rest.
I mean, even with my main upload channel, CouRage Gaming, I mean, that's been Swappa since 60,000 subs on YouTube when I first hired him. Yeah. And we've always had we're like two brains in one with how we just go forward with things. And I view the channel being, half the time I'm like, you let me know. I'll be your puppet, let me know what you want me to do to make this video better. And he'll be, I need an intro for this part of this, because I know he's got the creative vision. I mean, we didn't have anyone edit CouRage Gaming videos for so long, up until we had these guys from Brazil reach out to Loaded, and we're like, we are diehard fans of Jack. We're also video editors. We know his videos like the back of our hand. If he ever needs help, let us know. And we like gave him a trial video, and they smashed it.
Really?
And so now they've been editing too, and it's stripped simply from them. They told us, and I kind of believe it at this point, that they literally learned English from watching our videos.
Bro, you're fucking the new age Rosetta Stone out here. Let's go.
Send a bag over, Rosetta. But yeah, no, it's pretty surreal. And now that's the toughest thing is editing, and editors. It's expensive. It all just costs a lot of money, I would say. I've been talking with YouTube a lot with multi-stream and trying to give them, doing a lot of back and forth with YouTube around now that Twitch has announced that more people have been streaming on YouTube, and they're asking, what are kind of the biggest barriers of entry? And I'm like, I pay like $100 a thumbnail when I go live, or $80 or $75 a thumbnail for my live stream thumbnail. Like a smaller creator can't do that.
Brother, that has been like the only thing that hold me back from live streaming on YouTube. I'm like, man, I do not want to have to fucking make a thumbnail for
you got to make a thumbnail, you got to make an event.
The title, it's such a process. They haven't fixed that at all.
I mean, that's just how YouTube is. Like, I guess like it's not even like a fixed thing. It's like
that's just what their back end infrastructure looks like.
In my it's that, and then it's like, don't get me wrong. Do I want maybe it to be a little bit? Do I want it to be an easier barrier of entry? Yeah, but the live streaming space on YouTube, live streaming compared to what the beast of YouTube is, it's like, it's just insane.
I never know either. I'll tell you what, I know sometimes we go off on like creator conversations, and I know some of that isn't the most entertaining for anybody that doesn't give a fuck, but the last thing I'll say, I'm curious. I've sat here and wrestled for like the last week in my head. I'm like, do I make one of these fucking like caricature, like animated versions of myself for thumbnails instead. You know how people just do like the custom art for every fucking thumbnail?
Yeah.
Do I do that?
I
I don't know what to do. I've lost my identity as a fucking creator, and I've been doing it for so long. I feel like I'm just out the mix.
I mean, but
I gotta lock in. Bro, I'm tweaking.
You can't say you've lost your identity as a creator when you've had a lot of other life priorities, and it hasn't been a priority. I know when you make it a priority again, you're gonna find your way. If lost your identity as a creator is building a Valorant audience from 1,500 to 2,000 when you first started to like 5,000 to 7,000 every time you go live, and then you add in the fact that Call of Duty's coming out, and you add in the fact that when you react to things, still it's our best performing things across the board. You just need to update the approach, my friend.
I'm nervous. What if I don't got it no more?
If right now you don't got it, then I don't want to ever have it. Let me put it in that perspective. Put that on a t-shirt.
I appreciate
Nathan.
the gas, but I need to do a deep dive into fucking
You just got to learn. You just got to learn. You got to do the whole thing. It's just a whole process. But and at the end of the day, the videos that you're going to want to make, like Nadeshot, needs to be a different approach than Nadeshot plays. That's why I have multiple channels. Like your gaming audience and stuff is going to want to see certain things. Like if I'm relaunching Nadeshot plays right now and it's very gaming oriented and Nadeshot is the edited vlogs and that, I'm uploading your full 100 Thieves match reacts on your channel.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or cut down of maybe the parts, the dead air parts, and just making that so they can rewatch your perspective.
I don't think we can do that because then the players are going to go back and watch it, and they're not going to want to play for this team anymore.
Well, they can find that already.
True.
I mean, you're passionate. I'm uploading Nadeshot's first time playing Modern Warfare 3, Nadeshot's honest thoughts on Modern Warfare 3, Nadeshot's return to competitive Call of Duty when you play in that. I know we're both doing, I think, a league coming soon.
I keep thinking to myself, yo, write that down, and I realize like I'm the one. I got to write that down. Can you guys? I'm gonna come back to this podcast.
I could give you 50 ideas.
I know. Fuck.
And like, I'm not even telling you like,
yo, who decided to get this lady pregnant? I got a baby on the way. I ain't gonna have no
you
time.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. I was letting that thing. I was
You.
stroke that thing, cuzzo.
That thing had the extendo on it.
All right, man. I'm going to fucking hassle you after this. What else can we talk about today? You know, it's weird. I feel like besides some pretty big political nuance and just terrible things happening around the world, there hasn't really been a lot of like big kicked up news in the gaming community, in my opinion. There's rumors Tfue might come back to kick.
Yeah.
Fuzi's back. Aiden Ross gave him $100,000. He's out of the hospital
stuff.
he was in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I very much reached a point in my life right now where I really just, I'm getting more and more sick of how much the negative vitriol on the internet rises to the top.
Yeah, 100%. But that's just human nature at this point.
It is like, and that's just my thing is like I'm just kind of staying in my own lane with things. I try not to, in regards to the gaming space. Yes, I'm learning and keep myself updated on the world events and things along those lines. But from like a gaming space perspective, like, dude, it don't matter what goes on. It's just like, man, I guess I'm just tired of it, or I'm
just fatigued. Yeah, for sure.
It's like, and even now, I don't even know how to describe it. I just want to just make my videos, send meme tweets, and not read my mentions on my greater thoughts tweets. Dude, I got slammed for my Call of Duty campaign take the other day, and
I thought everybody thought it was bad.
The campaign,
yeah,
everyone with the brain does, but it was definitely like some Call of Duty Reddit people who are just like, we love the campaign. I'm not saying the campaigns aren't an enjoyable part. What I'm saying is the recent campaigns and their approach now is simply stick the campaign on, send it out the door so we can keep the $7 price tag.
And I completely agree with your take that they should just stop making campaigns.
You're telling me right now, drop the price of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 to $39.99 and remove the 3-hour and 45-minute campaign and take those developers and make a better story for multiplayer and something that actually makes the year feel like good. It's just like, dude, don't even get me started, bro. No one's going to talk about the campaign in a week. It was completely thrown together. It was a complete botch job. IGN gave it a 4.
It's kind
of, when does IGN give something Call of Duty a 4?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword of trying to do too much. You know, it's kind of
It's too much.
and it's tough because everybody has different strokes for different folks. Like some people probably only care about the Call of Duty campaign, no matter how small of a percentage of the player base that actually might be. And it's the issue when people don't agree with each other on the internet is the first thing people want to do is just like, you're a fucking idiot, and I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just no rational conversation. It's either hot or it's cold. It's either mean or it's nice. And there's no in between. Like my favorite tweets, which I try to go out of my way to reply to them, are the ones where I put out a take on Twitter and then somebody like actually replies to me with a logical, rational reply.
That's what I'd love.
And you just don't get that on the internet. Yep. And I'll tell you what, just even being in like Valorant lobbies, like I know that this is like a weird intersection and example for me to use, but there was this 14-year-old kid who was stream sniping me over and over and over and over again. And in that moment, being competitive, I fucking hate this kid. I hate him.
Yeah.
Even right now, I hate this kid. And then I remember, brother, he is 14 years old.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't even imagine having the internet at my fingertips at 14 and just the things that I would say and things that I would do. I've been there.
Yeah.
So it's almost like for me, I'm 31. I've had so much time in the sun to really understand the world better and how social media works and interactions happen. Ignorance is bliss, and some of these kids are just fucking ignorant. And, you know, they're going to get older, and they're going to realize a lot of the shit that they were saying and doing was really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But that's the tough part about the gaming community is that it's a convergence of people that are in so many wildly different places in their life and experiences that there's just no way in most cases to have like a normal, like, satisfying conversation.
That just pissed me off thinking about internet kids these days. The fact that I know y'all motherfuckers ain't getting any damn viruses for the stupid shit you do on the internet because you better believe I torched my parents' compact computer searching boobs on Google.
Oh, yeah.
And now these dudes, they don't got to deal with any of that. They can get away with it because it's all protected links and yada yada and shit. Bro,
LimeWire, torrents.
We were in the Wild West. I mean, we were the first, our generation was the first like true internet kids. Like when the internet wasn't just like 3 websites. Like the true Wild West was genuinely our.
It was treacherous out
our
there.
age group.
Now Haley leaned over to me last night on the couch. She's like, apparently, Gen Z thinks GIFs and memes aren't cool anymore. Like if you reply on Twitter with that or use that as a response to anything on social media, that's lame. Whereas in my day, you didn't have Giphy and all these attached tools to reply. You had to go find the perfect GIF. Like when you're on the GB forum, someone says something fucking stupid, bro, I'm in my bag just searching for anything and everything to just hit them with something that they're going to think about for a couple days. And now I understand the novelty. It doesn't hit the same anymore, but this is the tough part about the internet is that everybody's just in a different place in your life and you never know who the fuck is on the other end of that conversation.
I had to permaban about 20 people the other day in my chat for spamming sticking out the gyat for the Rizzler.
Yeah.
And it has been the most disconnected I've ever felt in my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
No, you gotta start ripping some gyat. Ooh, woo. You like that? I've been working on it.
Brother, you got a baby on the way.
What?
If that baby pops out and you go, ooh, woo, gyat.
I can't.
I mean, bro.
I don't know, man. It could be the right way to welcome her to this world. So she understands the pain that she's going to experience.
If you do, ooh, woo.
That's my wife's my waifu, right? I don't even know what that really means.
I dude. This is not a good segment right here.
No. It's like while the contractions are happening, like the breathing exercises, it's just like, honey, give me 10 consecutive ooh woos, and everything's gonna be just fine.
God, I actually just,
somebody should allowed me to be a father.
I actually just like
Haley.
felt the any bit of dopamine I had left in my body just leave. I'm now basically a walking corpse with how my emotions feel. That was horrible.
Bro, here, yeah, and this actually is the best example and will be the final part of this conversation, at least in my head, is that I got this 14-year-old kid stream sniping me.
Yo, this kid is living rent free, bro.
Yogu, he lives in San Diego too. He gave me too much information. I'm about to pull a sniper wolf.
That's a joke.
Yeah, of course. Not really.
Okay, go ahead.
FBI, open up. No, but this kid's probably just worried about like what he's having for. I'm worried about what I'm having for dinner. He's worried about a new anime episode dropping or what Charlene thinks about his haircut at school tomorrow. Where I'm over here fucking juiced to the gills about a brand new couch, a new vacuum cleaner. We're just in different places of our lives, so it's kind of fucked up that I could sit here and be so mad at this kid when this kid's basically in the womb to me. I mean, he don't know nothing.
He's like the same age as Gracie,
brother.
basically.
If I had the fucking internet and streaming existed while Walshy was running it down in Halo 2 lobbies, I would sell my soul to be in that motherfucker's
I remember
game.
being 14 and searching Walshy's phone number on Google. Or like 13.
When they released that video of them opening up their AOL AIM messenger.
Yeah.
And when they were in the basement, and all of a sudden they opened it up and there was just like 20,000 messages that came in.
Bro, I just tried to I thought I could just like Google Walshy phone number when I was like literally 13. And that would just like give me I just knew he lived in Michigan.
Yeah.
Right?
This is the tough part about the internet, dude. I don't hold nothing against you, Yogu.
Yeah, but you better bbelieve you Fortnite kids that try that shit on us, we got hitters. We got hitters at Epic Games.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers. I get the suspect apprehended thing.
Did you play this game, the finals?
I mean, I've watched a decent amount of it, but it looks fun. But I always struggle with I have to think of things from like a content perspective. Like that's just how I think of games now when I see. You say get a grip?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I mean, sadly, it's just
I'm trying to
kind
get
of
on your grip, dude. I'm trying to grip you.
Heineken Silver. Okay, that's where the ad read comes in. Well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. Why did you play it?
I played it for like 3 minutes.
Wow,
Two guys left my team, and
you really gave it a good chance.
I actually don't think the gunplay felt that good. The movement and everything. I was trying to jump on.
Now we're about to get cooked. You did you gave the game 3 minutes, and you're going to cook its gunplay and
no. I'm just saying, bro. There's destructible buildings. I go up to the top floor. I hear these guys running around on the roof, and I can't jump through this hole. I had no idea what was going on. If I sat there and actually gave it a chance, I'm sure it'd be fine. But it's hard for me. If a battle royale comes out, it literally needs to be perfect.
But isn't that an arena shooter?
Attention
basically?
is just so divided across games now. It's really hard when we think about those breakout moments that Fortnite and Warzone had. I don't know what the next game is going to be like because they need to have their own personalized take on every single fucking feature of that game just to win the war of attention. I don't know how you're going to get people to go play it.
And not only the war of attention, the war of the way that these other games do updates. It's like the moment you go to give another game a chance, if let's just say this player cares about Fortnite, the moment that they drift off to the game, Fortnite's like, did this, or Apex does this, or Call of Duty to a lesser extent does this.
And this is kind of the issue that I think, unless something is figured out, I don't know how it pans out long term. Like I still have an undeniable and unrelenting conviction around esports long term, but we were talking about this on stream the other day. I really do think that there needs to be some universal common ground between games that we play because there's so many options that the barrier of entry from a new player or a new spectator's perspective, every game is just so wildly different from each other. There's no connective tissue. Like in my mind, it'll never happen, but if like Valve and Riot came together and created like a basketball court, like everybody on each game, you'll play Mirage, you'll play Bind, you'll play Breeze, you'll play whatever fucking map from Counter-Strike, Dust 2. There needs to be some common ground between games because there's just too much in every single direction. And, that's why I don't think you've seen games with major events peak over like 150,000 viewers other than like the League of Legends World Championships. And, there's obviously exceptions to that rule. But in my mind, like, the reason why basketball and traditional sports like football and baseball are so tried and true through these decades is because there's really it's not like somebody is going and making like a successful mini game off of baseball. I know you have like this wiffle ball stuff, but it doesn't cause any overconsumption and conquer and divide the community that enjoys the sport. Does that make sense? I know that I just went on some like random tangent.
I mean, look, the barriers of entry to sports are lowered much more in video games. So when you think about esports, it's like if someone wants to pick up baseball, they got to go buy a bat. It's like this. You just click download and try that other game and see if it sticks. And then there's just naturally competition built in. So because it's so much more fluid and all these games now have gone to more of a free-to-play model, you know, it comes down to the fact that there's a lot of audience, especially in FPS, from a battle royale perspective, are pretty fickle because whatever's the hottest, whatever's new and shiny, you know, they'll bounce back and forth between.
If there were less options, I think it would be almost better.
I mean, I don't really know.
Like China, from a publishing perspective, I don't know the exact rules and regulations, but there's only so many games that can be approved every single year for players to play in the whole fucking country.
That's crazy.
You know, I'm not saying that we need to go to I don't even know what I'm trying to say, to be honest with you. My problem is I just think that there's too much of anything is no good, and there's just too many games to play, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't even know what you're trying to say either. You know, I'm just kind of sitting here listening because that's what I do for my boy. But I get a bit of what you're saying because from my perspective, he's got me speechless. The way I'm interpreting what you're saying,
4-week break in between CouRage and Nadeshot Show might do us good.
No,
I'm out of material.
No, I actually like this conversation because what I'm trying to understand, what I'm hearing what you're saying is esports from a business perspective, that would also help, I think, right?
Yeah, it would help everything.
Yeah, so I think you're looking at it more from like a business side too.
Business ethics.
Than just like a player side.
Yeah.
So I get what you're getting
sound like
at
the
with
cops,
that.
dude.
It's just
don't fucking hate me for that take, chat.
No, you're just saying instead of all these games having 25K and running at a loss, it would be greater if there was a couple games that were the size of the NFL equivalent in this that maybe had an opportunity.
All the publishers, all the leagues, they need to get on the same fucking schedule. There needs to be consolidated yearly cadence and programming that we're at. You know, even for like this Red Bull Homegrounds, bro, I spent the majority of my time up until the matches actually started answering the questions of, wait, is this match being streamed here or there? At what time? Yada yada. Bro, there's just we need to have like every single year you look forward to football, September through January, and the Super Bowl at the end of January, beginning of February, whatever.
No, more structure would be great.
Brother, there's just
I can't even keep up.
It's still the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I'm a fan of, let's just say, CS. I enjoy watching Val. I enjoy watching League. I enjoy if I want to keep track of where those games are, I feel like I got to be on 87 different places and know 87 different things. And
then you have time zones, tournaments happening in Europe. There just needs to be some common through points.
Yeah.
I agree with consumption becomes doable.
Yeah. And maybe you'll lead the charge, man.
It's a little above my pay grade.
Yeah, no, okay, maybe not. I
can't even stay on a schedule for myself, bro. You think I'm going to get everybody on the same one?
Yeah, probably not, actually.
Brother, we'll end up in a worse place than we started.
Shit, we find a way to make it less of a business.
This is why we need MLG back, dude.
Man, I would love that so
much.
Just
have Major League Gaming be the U.S. fucking Esports Federation. You get the 5 most popular games in the year-round circuit, city to city. It all happens one weekend every month. It'd be amazing. It'd be electric.
So awesome.
MLG was too early.
It was.
Before their time.
The best thing ever was being at MLG Providence 2011 when StarCraft was the last remaining game. Well, I loved MLG Providence 2011.
I got the worst placing in my career history.
You were meat. That was when Call of Duty didn't even have casters in the venue. It was just like the venue was just the gameplay sounds because they didn't want the caster audio to leak into the player headsets. I remember sitting there being like, this sucks watching from the crowd. Like there was like me and 8 other people. I think 4 of them were parents. 2 of them were the Stride Gum girls looking for a break. And I'm just sitting here going like, this is meat. But I saw the back of Proofy. That was cool. And then League of Legends was in a little corner. But they had the 3 big screens for like Halo Reach, that and that. and the other finals finished, so then they just put StarCraft on every screen, and like even people who didn't necessarily even know StarCraft were just watching it because the venue was electric. And man, it was just so awesome. I think Leenock won that event. It was awesome. He's like a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah, kids just don't get that experience now.
And you're walking around and you're a kid and a free soda. You're like, this is sick.
Oh yeah, Dr. Pepper and fucking Hot Pockets.
Yep.
And the girls are just like dressed up like UFC, like a ring.
Yeah, that would probably change.
Well, I don't think it needs to.
It did, or at least let me dress up with them too.
Yeah,
I'd probably give out more sodas than anybody else.
Bro, they're gonna shut down the venue.
Shit.
Call the fire department, dude.
With these cheeks out, I'll cause a show. Speaking of nice cheeks, I love filling my cheeks with Heineken Silver. Guys, this episode of the CouRage Nadeshot Show is brought to you by Heineken Silver. New.
I already did the ad read. We could do it again.
I was gone. That was when my stomach was bothering me. Man,
Did you see Flower Moon yet?
Nope. I haven't. I need to. I was supposed
Robert
to go with
De Niro,
Laz.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was supposed to go with Laz, and then we got tickets for 8:30 p.m. And it was after a long day, and both of us texted each other at the same time and like, hey, bro.
Nah, fuck that.
I'm out on that. Was it good?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
I'm honestly just going to wait till it comes out on...
Want to do a movie night?
Yeah. Well, bro, I got the living room. I got the surround sound working, got 2 new speakers.
Nice.
Bro,
nice.
it's like a true home theater. And so when the new couch comes in, you come over, we watch it. I think it'll be...
Should we do an Oppenheim rewatch? Because it comes out the 21st.
You could definitely do that. I'll tell you what, when the surround sound kicks in and there's random things happening, the dogs get a little spooked, but they're getting used to it.
Good.
They're getting used to it.
Are Gary and Murph ready?
I don't know. I'm actually kind of worried about it, if I'm being honest. We bought a baby doll to start carrying around the house and hope it makes sense. Haley's mom suggested that. I don't know if it's actually going to work. I think if there's anybody I'm worried about, it's actually Murph. I think Gary might be a little jealous at first, but he's a sweetheart. He won't do anything that his mom loves. And Murphy, she's still got this crackhead puppy energy, and I just don't know if she'll understand how fragile a baby is.
Yeah.
So we gotta figure that out, man, because I love that. I love those dogs more than I love anything in this world, but I'm sure that's gonna be
I think it's gonna be
fucking
A-OK.
cascaded by the love that I have for Gracie, and we're gonna need to figure this out.
Haley's gonna be the mediator. You're gonna be holding Gracie. They're gonna be on the other side. It's gonna be a fight of titans.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who wins? I'm on Team Matt, Gracie. And then, hey, listen, I'll babysit them.
No, you won't. They're actually great. They're fucking amazing dogs.
They are great.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Guys, what the hell is going on?
I don't know what the fuck's going on in the world, bro. All I know is babies, Valorant, and fucking esports. I have no depth. And all the information that I have about babies is all surface level.
Like how we talked about how they can't drink water.
Bro, would you have known that?
No, hell no. The first thing I would have done is like, hey, bring the smart water.
Why are you crying? Oh, you need some water, honey? Like, yeah, bro. All of a sudden I'm in the ICU. Like
waterboarding? Damn.
I would have never thought a baby can't drink water. I took magnesium for the first time last night because all these damn TikTok wellness people keep saying that it helps you sleep. I got the highest sleep score I've ever gotten. It's kind of crazy to think about. I bought some D3 plus K2 vitamins.
I've been taking those for about a year and a half now.
Yeah?
I did a blood test because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And it said I needed more of it. So I've been doing it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't really get exposed to the sun too often.
Dude, what do you mean? I'm a fucking athlete, bro. Don't even try to loop me in with you. I go outside a lot. Thank you very much. All right, I have a question. Last question before we end the show here. I'm not even sure how long I've been live. Could you compete on Survivor?
Yeah, I think so.
You think you could be out there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, my ass would be off the scene.
Oh.
They'd be like, this challenge is to hold your body weight on this thing for, as long as you can. I'd be like, vote me out.
I'm not saying I could compete well, but I think I would also argue too, we're adaptable. Human beings by nature, they can adapt to most situations. And I would say if you had the opportunity to be on Survivor, as soon as you got over the hump of the fact that you're going to be living outdoors and you got to go through, I mean, brother, you were unbelievable at Among Us. You know, I think you hold a lot of weight in your ability to read people and, you know, handle situations flawlessly and seamlessly.
I'm not saying I couldn't play that part of the game. The sleeping on bamboo,
brother,
bug bites, half a cup of rice a day.
It wouldn't be great for you in this place in your life right now, but some of the competitors I've seen on Survivor, I'm like, dude, I wouldn't get in an Uber with you driving. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that you can't go on Survivor and not bang with the best of them a little bit. Maybe me and you, like, if we went on the show, we'd probably train
show together.
We'd train a little bit, go to the gym for a couple months, and as long as we can withstand the mental aspects and pain that you
just
would
live
deal,
outside for a while.
Well,
that's what we'd have to do. Like, we just live in our backyards and like sleep on bamboo.
I don't know if I want to go on Survivor. I want to be on one of those shows where MrBeast gives trick-or-treaters a house. Yeah, I'd like to be on that show by accident.
Man, I love MrBeast, bro. That dude is MrBeast. If you're watching this, I'm doing more Fortnite challenges. If you want to come back in round 2,
brother,
come through.
He just put 100 wells in Africa.
That video was great too.
Just making all of like the rich billionaires look like fools.
You see Prime announced that they sold their billionth bottle today?
That's crazy to me.
Insane. I mean, bro, the reach that some of these guys have, like Jimmy and KSI and Logan, is just absolutely nuts. I mean, I think MrBeast currently still has a guy that's in a supermarket right now.
What?
Where for every day he stays there, I think he gets like $10,000 or something.
And he hasn't left?
And he hasn't left.
I mean, bro, I could live in a supermarket for a year.
No, I think he's like still there. Like, if that guy watches the CouRage Nadeshot Show, do you need help? Is everything okay? Does he have you locked in there?
Brother, I mean, that's actually like a dream come true. You literally have anything and everything that you would need to survive. There's no way that there wasn't like he's got a toilet. What else does he need? If that's life-changing money. He should stay
totally
there
is.
for years. Or until MrBeast pays him enough to like, yo, brother, we need you to leave.
Yeah. Jimmy also put
fresh
out a thing.
Produce.
Could you and Haley do a thing where it's 100 days in a room? If you stay the 100 days, there's no entertainment, nothing. It's just literally a bed, a bathroom, and you get some food. 100 days straight. I think it's $500,000. The door is unlocked to leave. If one of you leaves, you both are out.
I don't think that's worth it. 100 days? I mean, in a vacuum in a different place in our life, I think we could do it.
It's like sterile walls, and that's it. Nothing else.
That's honestly though. That's kind of like on the brink of torture.
That's why it's like, and think they're doing it. It's two strangers, so you have like no allegiance to the other person to pull you through.
They don't give them books or nothing.
I don't know all the details, but I remember seeing the tweet about it.
Yo, deadass, that sounds like a new Netflix like horror game show. That he might need to work out the kinks on that one.
yo, this dude is MrBeast secretly like
Saw?
the guy from Saw.
Yeah. Fucking Jigsaw.
Dude, he's
that sounds insane.
I mean, bro, some of the stuff he's got going on. I know a lot of his videos now are months and months and months that an individual video takes. I mean, that's, I guess, the point that he's now out is his average view per upload is like 170 million now.
Yeah, I don't.
It's because he's got, I mean, what helps too is he's got the multi-language thing.
Can't even comprehend that.
Now when you click on any MrBeast video, it's in the top 10 languages in the world. Like,
yeah,
he's got all
it's fucking nuts.
And like his Japanese voice is Naruto. And
really?
Yeah, and like I think his Portuguese or Spanish voice is another superstar person that like they all recognize, like anyone that speaks those languages would recognize. It's insane. It's actually crazy.
Bro, I was watching an episode of Billions last night,
yeah,
and they were trying to grease like a politician or something, and it's like some old man. His name is Hard Bob, bro. He walks in the room, and all of a sudden, there's 3 girls on the couch. One of them's Lisa Ann in the flesh, the real Lisa Ann. It was crazy. It was a moment. Blast from the past from them LimeWire days.
I don't know who that is.
There's no way.
Lisa Ann does not ring a bell.
Oh. Couldn't believe it.
Guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the CouRage Nadeshot Show.
This was a fucking train wreck, dude.
What do you mean?
I don't even know what we talked about.
Bro, This is what people love. People would rather us be here and be around than not be here.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Not every episode, Matt, you need to leave going, we just changed our whole trajectory of our podcast.
That's absolutely true. But I just feel like my head's been in the sand. I don't know what the fuck's going on in the world out there. And I kind of like it, dude. I'm in my own little vacuum. Leave me alone.
You've been in a vacuum.
You want to go to Disneyland? No. Haley wants to go because they've got all these Christmas treats. She doesn't want to ride any of the rides.
Oh, then I'm in.
We're just going to go and eat.
I would do that if I don't have to ride the rides.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
I'm trying to surprise her. I kind of owe her for carrying this baby for 9 months.
This is this is like a podcast episode that's going to go
She ain't
out.
going to see it.
Okay.
And we've talked about going. It wouldn't be that big of a surprise.
No.
Yo, did you fucking hear? Listen to me.
Yeah.
Bro, you're supposed to get your wife
Okay.
a birthing gift. That's on like the same level as like, it should be like one of the nicer gifts you ever get your wife. And I'm like, this is fucking insane. I had to get a ring, then we did the wedding, and then a baby moon, a honeymoon. Bro, I need to get another gift for her pushing out this baby. And now
you gotta get that sub button back on Twitch.
Dead ass. And now after 9 months of her carrying it, like all jokes aside, I get it, man. Like she's now at the point where it's really uncomfortable to like get up, move around, whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, you got like she's pregnant, like very pregnant. But I gotta get her a birthing gift.
Do you have any ideas of what you're gonna get?
Fuck no. I got to figure that one out. And I got Christmas, dude. And then it's her birthday. Yo, this is fucking heinous. Bro, the baby can come at 32 weeks, like the baby could come between like now, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then we're going to have Gracie's birthday somewhere in between. And then Haley's birthday is January 10th. And then we've got we got Valentine's Day. Brother, I am going to be fucked for the rest of my life. Christmas season used to be the best holiday to me, and now I think I'm just going to look at it in pain.
Now you're just going to be like 4th of July, like run it up. Like bring me 4th of July because it's the opposite of everyone else's.
Bro, so many.
Meanwhile, you're just out there in August by yourself.
Dog. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. I got like a family. Oh, man. Haley's gonna do.
Fuck! I got a family, yeah,
bro. It's just wild. Dude. She's a birthday party every year, and then, dude,
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's like how life works.
I know, but it's just I always wonder. I'm like,
but guess what? You want me to blow your mind? You didn't just have a wedding; you now have an anniversary every year.
I know, and we obviously didn't go on a real honeymoon because she was pregnant. We never told anybody that, but she wants to go on a honeymoon like mid next year. And I'm like,
bro, your honeymoon.
I'm telling you, you're not going to want to leave this baby for 10 days.
Your honeymoon's going to be to downtown LA,
dude.
Honey, it's
honestly, I might want to go to Skid Row instead, brother. It really is wild. I'm getting anxiety just thinking about it. Haley's gonna throw a birthday party, dude.
Haley's Valentine's Day gift is gonna be is just gonna be like a CVS bag of like 3 pieces of candy, and you know what? You better be happy with it at that point. Listen, I'm on your side by Valentine's Day. Y'all have been through a lot this year.
I know, but I married the one woman who takes all pride, joy, and literally the reason to live is to celebrate things.
True. That is, if there's one thing Haley is incredible at, it is a celebration.
My parents didn't have any fucking friends. Like when I was a kid, I was like, how come we don't go anywhere. We don't go out to dinner. We don't do anything. And now I know why they did it. Because when you get older, you just don't want to fucking see anybody. But Haley wants to see everybody.
I mean, she's probably got 60 people that she would be like, we have to go to their birthday dinner.
Yeah.
Like genuinely 60 people. And I know you, hell, I think if I invited you to my birthday dinner this week, you'd be a maybe up and then like that night I'd get
come on. I would come. I haven't been invited to anything in a long time. It's all good.
Oh my God. That is egregious. That's an egregious statement.
What? You don't think so? I got Mason coming over. He's like, oh yeah, we went. You're hanging out with Joe, inviting him to dinners and shit. I'm like, damn.
You don't reply. You're 0-15 on. on previous invites.
I have, yeah.
Don't even try to put this on
Let's
me.
end the episode, dude. I don't know why you keep trying to.
Yeah, okay, guys. Heineken Silver, it's like
being
having your
invited
friend,
to birthday parties.
It's like having a baby and not having it the same month as a birthday, a Christmas holiday, a Valentine's Day, and New Year's. It's like having a baby in like May. You know?
Nah, because then my dad's birthday and my sister's birthday.
Okay, you know what? All right. This episode of the CouRage Nadeshot Show is brought to you by Heineken Silver. New Heineken Silver has only 2.9 carbs and 95 calories. It's a world-class light beer that has all the taste with no bitter endings. It's like playing OG Fortnite.
I got
and
eczema.
Getting to live in Ninja's shadow all over again.
I bet that shadow's warm, though.
Oh, it's been warm for years, my friend.
I need somebody's fucking coattails to ride. Who can I?
Go try some new crisp and refreshing Heineken Silver today. Must be 21 plus. I know Matt's gonna say this episode, I don't even know what the hell happened.
I had a good time.
I love just shooting the shit and being here, and we're gonna do it more and more to end the year. So
You want to hear about more vitamins that I bought?
sure,
No, let's leave.
guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.